Hello, dear ma'am or sir who is listening to this video. I am creating a video to demonstrate my idea. The reason I am creating this video is because my project, since the idea is completely original, it's not very easy to explain the idea during the project demonstration. Suppose some person invents something, then if a person who has no idea regarding the invention, if he has to understand that, then it would take time, right? So, because it's completely abstract for that person, he would be hearing it for the first time. So, it would not be very easy for a person to understand in less time. So, due to that reason, I am creating this video. Mm. So, in my system, I planned to create a food for all website. This basically tries to provide food for any who come to the restaurant who perhaps could be very poor people who can't afford food. So free food can be got, or a person can pay and get food, or a person can volunteer, or a person can work as an employee. Many types of people are there. Mm. So here there are mainly four types of people: user, restaurant staff, delivery person, and admin. So first I will log in as admin. There are many things. So here add person, basically the admin can add a restaurant staff or a delivery person. Mm, delete and item, delete item. I explained all these during the previous project review, so I'm not explaining them again. First, let me add some needs. So here you can see choose person or group name. These are basically the restaurant staff and delivery people who are employees. See, uh, restaurant staff or a delivery person who is an employee is basically a person who has to be an extremely poor person who cannot afford basic stuff, yeah, like food. It, mm, it can be a beggar who was trained to use phone, who was provided a phone, and who was provided employment. Uh, he was trained to cook food. It can be from such a situation, perhaps. So what I want to say is an employee. These people you can see: Ajit Khanna, Arnav Sahu, Ram Kumar, Ravi Singh, Rahul Gandhi. All these are uh, very poor people. They could have been beggars previously. Uh, so I will show you an example need that can be associated with a person. Suppose this can be a need. Here you can see that there are two dependents, and including himself, there are totally three people. So the estimate is actually perhaps to not be fixed. It has to be based on the need, exact need. This is just a sample. So the estimate has to be based on the need. I'm just putting some estimate for now. This is just per day. estimate. It has to be based on the need. It has to be based on the need. It could be anything. It could be even less than this, or maybe slightly more than this, but it has to be not huge. It has to be less, but it has to be based on the need. It has to be based on the need. It has to be a reasonable low stuff. Okay. So here the estimate is based on the number of dependents. So actually that's the main thing. More the number of dependents, more would be the estimate. That's general stuff. So it's not based on qualification. So now I can click here, save added need to save the need. I'll just add one more need. Here there's only himself. Suppose I'm putting this as the estimate. It is solely based on the need. If the need be not much, it could even be zero. Like so not all days, may perhaps they would demand. Like basically, the admin would have to talk with these employees, that is these restaurant staff and delivery people, and the admin would have to understand their needs, and the admin has to decide uh, what should be the estimate that is put over here, and what is the need description that has to be given over here. So it's basically the admin who decides the estimate and the need description. Okay, so here I'm putting this as the estimate. Uh, I'm clicking here, save added need. Uh, Now here you can see here there are groups like delivery people, restaurant staff plus delivery people. Uh, just say you one sample example of need that can be associated with a group. Example, it could be electricity bill. Electricity bill can be a need associated with a group. It's not associated with a person. Okay. Right now, I'm not adding a group need. Okay. So I'm done adding needs. Here you can see that land rent can be added if there. So this has to be added each and every day if it is there. Each and every day. If it's there only, it's added. Suppose it's there, then I can add. Say it's 10 rupees per day. So each and every day it has to be added. If it's there today, then I can add. If it's not there, no need to add. Once I add, you can see that the option has gone. So actually per day, only one time the option would be seen. That means tomorrow again I can see add land rent option, but I can't see it again today. Okay, so now let me log out. Now I will log in as user. Okay. So if you remember the some of the estimate of the needs that I added, it's 300 plus 100 plus 10. That is total 410. Actually, what the admin added, that can be visible even by a user who is using the app. So that is how I am planning to increase transparency. So even in case there are employees, even their needs that are added can be there. Also, the user can be notified who the employees are actually. They are not any random person. There can be volunteers as well. Even there can be employees. Even there can be a situation in which there are no employees, only volunteers. So the user can be notified who these employees actually are. Here you can see something. Please learn about us first. The user can see through that and understand who are employees. I didn't put anything in that page, but that can exist. Over here, you can see estimate of funds for people involved. It's 410. If you remember 300 plus 100 plus 10, that is 410. Over here, I can type a date and I can see the need. See over here, I typed today's date and I saw the needs that I added. So a user can see the needs that are added by just typing the date. Okay, so now I'll click here, available items. So you can see what all items are available right now. So suppose the user tries to order something. Let me say you one thing. Over here, the default case is this is unchecked. Are you in restaurant? By default, it is unchecked. So I just reminded you about that. It means that a user is not in the restaurant while ordering. Okay. So suppose the user clicks here. Okay. Now suppose the user orders two quantities. Okay. Uh, Clicks here. Now if you see over here, the cost price is actually only shown here. There's no profit. There's no hidden profit over here. This is purely cost price. I actually set the quantity as 2. You can see over here in the URL, the quantity is 2. So you can see, assume that 1 kg rice is 50 rupees. Then assume that 100 grams is used by one person, then 200 grams used by two people, or basically two servings is 200 grams. Just assume. Then two servings, the cost price would be 10 rupees if you calculate that way. It could be lower or maybe slightly more than this. I just put some value. So one thing you have to remember is that there's no profit added when I have put over here the price as 10. This is basically cost price. There's no profit. Now the user can actually click either here or here. So if you see over here right now, you can see rupees 410. Let me say you one thing that in the bank right now there is 0 rupees. There is actually 0 rupees because no one has donated any amount. No one has brought anything. No one has even freely donated without buying anything. You get it. Basically, nothing has happened. It just started. The app just started working. Okay, right now in the bank there is 0 rupees. Now suppose the user if the user can, then the user can donate and then order, or the user can click here, get free, can't afford. See, the user is basically a person who has phone. So you may ask then how can I provide food to poor people who very likely don't have phone? So in that case also I made a solution. You would learn about that solution later. So right now you can remember that the user is a person who has phone. That's why he was able to log in. Okay, so assume he clicks here, get free, can't afford. Now you can see that the funds needed to donate food is rupees 10. Why is it rupees 10? Because the user did not pay any amount. So basically 0 rupees. But the cost price to purchase the raw materials is 10 rupees. Okay, so that's why you can see 10 rupees over here. And right now, there is 0 rupees in bank. There is 0 rupees in bank. Okay, there is 0 rupees in bank right now. Now, suppose this user, suppose he tries to get these. The cost price, if you check over here, actually one piece chapati is 1 rupee. Okay. So suppose he gets 5. That means 3 into 5, 15 pieces. And he clicks here to proceed. Now you can see that the cost price is 15 rupees. Now if he clicks again get free can't afford over here, then funds needed to donate food would become 10 plus 15, that is 25 rupees. Okay. And there is still 0 rupees in the bank. But suppose he clicks here, double click here to donate if is an order. Now here he can choose an amount to donate. If you remember, the cost price is 15 rupees. You can see it over here. The cost price is 15 rupees, the selected person. Okay. So suppose he doesn't just donate 15 rupees. Say he donates 40 rupees. Okay. And say the bank, it's anything. There's no real money involved, so I can put anything. Okay. So say the bank is SBI. Now here you can see 40 rupees he donated, but the cost price is just 15 rupees. That means how much excess he donated. He donated 25 rupees excess, right? He donated 25 rupees excess. So basically what would happen is first over here, more priority is given to eliminating or basically making zero the value over here. This is first priority. First priority is to make this 0. Second priority is to reduce this or clear this out depending on the amount donated. Okay, so here 25 rupees is excess. So what would happen is this is first cleared to 0. So basically 10 rupees went off. Now 15 rupees still left. Now 15 rupees is going to reduce this amount. It is going to reduce 410 by 15. That is 395. So after I click donate, what would happen is this would become 0 rupees and this would become 395 rupees. Okay. Hope you understood. See over here. You can see that this became 0 rupees and this is 395 rupees. Okay. Fine. So now how much money is there in bank? After purchasing the raw materials of whatever orders have come till now, how much money is left in the bank? After purchasing raw materials. It is what? Initially, what was the amount over here? 410, right? So 410 minus 395. That is the amount that's there in bank. That is 15 rupees. Even though 25 rupees was donated extra before, 10 rupees of that donation was used to cover the 10 rupees that was necessary before itself to purchase the raw materials. So if you remove 10 from 25, 15. Now that 15 is the amount that is there in the bank for the people involved right now. Hope you understand. Now I would like to show you something. Now suppose say purchase 5 quantities, say click get free can't afford. Now what would happen? So here there is 15 rupees in the bank right now. So first priority is given to what? First priority is given to serve. First priority is given to serve food. Priority number 1 is to serve food. So what would happen? So 15 rupees in the bank, which is actually funds for people involved. This doesn't mean that these funds cannot be used for purchasing raw materials. Okay. So 25 rupees. Right now only 15 is there in bank. So 15 from the bank could be used. Okay. So 15. So basically with 15, three quantities can be brought. So that much can be purchased. But the remaining two quantities can't be brought. So this would become 10 rupees. Understand? So this would become 10 rupees and this would become 410 rupees. This would become 410 rupees. After I click get free can't afford, there is 0 rupees left for the people involved. Also, there is 10 rupees requirement for providing the food that was ordered. So you can see over here. I am planning to actually build an alarm that would play whenever the amount over here is more than 0. So basically when the amount over here is more than 0, it means that there is no amount for the people involved as a reserve. Also, the restaurant is unable to provide food. So this is a critical situation. So I'm planning to build an alarm to make users aware of the situation, but it would work with mobile apps better than desktop apps. Okay. Uh, so now, suppose a user tries to donate more than what is necessary. Now, see, you can see over here, funds needed to donate food is 10 rupees. Funds needed for people involved is 410 rupees. Suppose a user tries to donate 500 rupees. Now, what my system would do is, it would not hold this much money. The bank would not hold this much money, finally. It would refund the excess donated. See over here, you can see funds needed to donate food is 10 rupees. Funds for people involved is 410 rupees. First priority is given to clear this. Second priority is given to reduce or clear this. Okay. So right now, 10 rupees plus 410 rupees. That means 420 rupees is the maximum amount of funds that can be accepted without a refund being done. Now, suppose a user tries to donate 500 rupees. Now, what would happen is 80 rupees would be refunded. 80 rupees would be refunded to the user's account automatically. That's what I'm planning to do. But right now, there's no money involved. So you can just hear out what I'm saying. You won't see any exact thing happening. Okay, so I'll click donate over here. Now, what would happen is this became 0, this became 0. Now, refund over here, I did not even show a message 80 rupees refunded. Actually, I could have added that, but uh, I did not just add. I could have did it, but I will just show you one thing so that you can understand. Actually, only 420 rupees was taken and 80 rupees was refunded. That would make it clear. So let me just share you one thing. Now you can see my SQL workbench. Now here there is a table called free donations. Over here you can see the amount donated is 420. But if you remember that the user donated how much? The user donated 500, right? But even though the user donated 500, the exact amount that was taken was just 420. So here you can see in the table the exact amount that was taken is so. So even though I did not show any refund message to the user, the amount that is taken is just 420. It's not 500. Now you can see the screen. Okay. So hope you understood that. So right now the funds needed to donate for the 0 rupees and the funds for people involved is also 0 rupees. Okay. So now If you remember, I had left it in the default position itself, which means that till now what all orders happened were outside a restaurant. Okay. So now let me just log out. Now I will log in as another user. I will log in as Aaron John. Okay. Now let me just get one more order. So right now I took three quantities for free. So the funds for people involved will become 15 rupees now. See over here, the funds for people involved became 15 rupees. So what does this mean? It means that 410 minus 15, that is what? 395 rupees is there in the bank for the people involved. Okay, so 395. So 15 rupees is require more. So the funds for people involved is 15 rupees. Okay, so the funds for people involved right now is 15 rupees. Now I will just log out. Now you can see my SQL workbench. Now let me show you one thing. Here I'll open the users table. Here if you see that almost all users have latitude and longitude added. So basically when they are ordering something from outside a restaurant, already the exact location where the delivery has to happen is stored over here. But now suppose I log in as Alexoni, the exact location to deliver is not stored. Okay, let me open that screen. Now you can see the screen. Let me log in as Alexoni. Now you can see over here add location to deliver if not in restaurant. If you remember properly before, you would have seen edit location to deliver if not in restaurant in case of Aaron John and Albert Babu Totemkal because they had already added it. But I showed you from the table, right? Alexoni had not added. That's why you can see a different stuff here. Now I can actually add over here. You can see the map right now. So actually I can just click and I can put the exact place. I can move, I can actually add. Okay. And I can click here, save selected location so that the latitude and longitude of the place where I have marked would be selected. I can change the mark place. You can put anywhere. Okay. Now, right now I am not adding. I'll go back. Now, suppose the user tries to order from outside a restaurant, something. So right now he has not even added a location to deliver if he is not in restaurant. He has not even added a location to deliver if he is not in restaurant. Suppose he tries to get this one quantity. Suppose he clicks here. Okay. Now actually what happened is nothing happened. Here you can see a message, location to deliver not added. Click link location to add location to deliver. So if I click here, the same page would get opened. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that I prevent such a thing from happening. Okay. I will log out right now. Now I will again log in once. This time I will log in as say Albert Babu Totunkar. Okay, so right now all orders that have been done are outside a restaurant. Let me just make some orders inside a restaurant. Okay, so uh, let me click here. Uh, two quantities. Let me just click here. Say when was paid. So here, if you see the cost price is 10, but 20 was paid, so it is an excess of 10 rupees. So since it is an excess, this 15 would become 5. 10 rupees excess. Since excess, this would become 5. Okay. So you can see that. Now say again I try to get another order. Okay, again it's two quantities. Say this time I donate just 8 rupees. Okay, so here it's a deficit of 2 rupees. So from 5 rupees, this would increase to 7 rupees. Hope you understood. See, you can see from 5 rupees, it increased to 7 rupees. Now, if a person donates, say, 10 rupees, then 3 rupees will be refunded. So, if I donate 10 rupees and say the bank is Axis, you can see 0, 0. Okay, so I will show you the free donations table. You can see that the amount donated is 7 rupees. It is not 10 rupees. Okay, so let me just get one more order from the restaurant. I'll just make it quick. Just one quantity and get free counter food. So this will become 3. Okay, so you can see it became 3. Now let me log out. Now I will log in as a restaurant staff. Okay, so here you can see many options. Now here you can see donate if wish. And if I click here, it's the same page. So basically, a restaurant staff can be a volunteer also, right? So he can donate if he wishes. Even an employee can donate. There's no system level restriction that an employee cannot donate. But mostly volunteers may be donating. Okay, so a donation can happen, right? Suppose he donates 1 rupee, then you can see the funds needed will reduce. See, right now it's 2. Okay, so here let me show you these two pages. Orders from restaurant and orders from not restaurant. Orders from restaurant. So first I have to type the date. Right now you can see there's only one order from the restaurant. Okay. So what exactly happens is this user named Albert Babu Totemkal, he ordered from the restaurant. So basically he is in the restaurant. So what happens is, actually, let me make things clear first itself before I say anything further. That for this app to work, there has to be a shop close by that sells loose items. Now, why did I say loose items? Because if 1 kg rice is required to give away 100 grams, then just adding 10 rupees as needed to donate food won't help by 1 kg because there's no 100 gram, there's no loose packet.